What is going on, you guys? I got this not so fancy, maybe fancy video software for my computer, stepping up in the YouTube world. And I have this video I really want to make you guys for protein. It's about protein sources because I knew when I was bulking, uh, sometimes it can be a struggle trying to get 200 grams of protein, especially if you're on a budget. So I made the protein list for myself just to easily solidify things. And a couple years later, I'm like, hey, I think you guys might find it useful. So I'm going to put this out there for you guys. We're going to pull it up, we're going to go over it, and you'll be a little stronger for it. You're welcome. So, just to start off with like a quick little review, we all know that protein is one of the most important macronutrients, if not the most, It's right up there with carbs for energy. You need protein to restore muscle for muscle rejuvenation, for muscle healing. You need protein to gain mass. You need protein. Hold up. If you want a surprise, stay till the end, and I will have something for everybody. I will have something for everybody at the end, but you gotta stay till the end to get it. When you're dieting down to help you retain muscle, so it's very important that we hit this number, or at least as close to this number as we want to. I'm gonna skip ahead for a bit. You scroll down right here, in front of this page. Like there's different levels, right? To maintain muscle, you don't need as much protein as if you were going to bulk. So if you want to gain muscle, you obviously want to have at least the minimum, but then even a little bit more because you if you do more damage, and this it's hard to tell, but if you do more damage on an individual level, you may need more protein than someone who's not working as hard as you. So here's a formula. It's 1.4 to 2 grams of protein per 2 pounds. Is that right? Yeah, that is right. Per 2 pounds per day. So I'm a 200-pound guy. I could eat around anywhere from 200 to 400 grams of protein in a day. It'd probably be a lot to get 400 grams of protein in a day. But like, you get what I'm saying here. Like, you can eat a lot of protein. I was a little confused because most of the time when you see it, what is it? It's like a gram of protein per kilogram of body weight, but kilograms go out to like 2.2 pounds. So whatever. We're jumping ahead. We'll get back to the beginning. Just we're going over protein real fast. There are a ton of different protein sources, so you want to be sure to diversify where you're getting it from. Lean meats, eggs. If you're a vegan, protein powder, tofu, you can switch it up. But different protein sources have different makeups of amino acids. Amino acids make up proteins. So if you're not eating a balanced source, if you're eating only one type of protein, you may be missing out on these essential amino acids. I want to say there's 23. There's a lot. No. There's only like 9. There's 9 amino acids, whatever. So if you don't eat a lot of protein, you're not getting enough. I know eggs, for example, they're good for protein, they're good for fat, but they're like really good for full spectrum amino acids. They have a lot, versus something like chicken. So just get out there, do your research, learn. Okay, skip down below. This one is kind of for people who are trying to cut, not so much bulking. But even if you want to eat healthier, it's important to prioritize lean sources. So dairy is good. Dairy, cheese, milk, yogurt, these things, they have a lot of protein in them, but they're processed. And so if you can stick to the unprocessed stuff, the leaner stuff, it may digest a little easier on your body. Of course, like the milk goes with like lactose tolerance. So moving on, number 3 is to make sure your protein is balanced. Your body you can consume as much protein as you want. I was watching somebody's Instagram story the other day, and they ate 100 grams of protein before they went to the gym. For the most part, that is, eh, it's not a waste per se, but it's not all going for what you think it is. Uh, Again, this is from like doing research, listening to books. You can go out here and find it. There's like averages, but your body can only incorporate around 30 to 50 grams on average of protein every couple hours for muscle protein synthesis. So if you eat more than this, and of course these are averages, so some people might be higher, but if you eat more than the 50 grams of average for this muscle protein synthesis, then the rest just gets put into energy, and it doesn't, and that's not protein's main source. If you want energy, go eat carbs, go eat fat. It'll be much cheaper for energy. If you're trying to maximize muscle growth, you need to space your protein intake throughout the day. That's why they say, like I eat 4 meals, try to eat every 4 hours. I'm usually up 16 hours a day. Uh, you want to space it out, give that chance so your body, because muscle protein synthesis, it'll stop and it'll start. So it's not ongoing all day. It triggers, and it triggers by you eating this protein. So if you space it out throughout the day, you have more chances to turn on this muscle protein synthesis switch, and it's going to help you recover. Albeit a little amount, any edge works when you're trying to get ahead of the pack. So when you're eating your protein, try to break it up. You need 200 grams of protein. You want to try and get around 35 to 45 grams of protein in each meal, all 4 meals, all 4 to 5 meals throughout the day. And this will help you get up to that number, right? So we'll move on to number 4, snacking smart. This is really easy. It's kind of hard to get all your protein in depending on what you eat. But you got these pockets in your day when you're driving, or I don't know, after your workout, or when you're just sitting doing some work maybe, and you get hungry. This is a great time to like pull out a snack. I mean, Greek yogurt, cottage cheese, tuna, a handful of nuts. I don't. I think I made a post about it. I don't know if I showed you guys on YouTube, but Dollar Tree, I don't know around you, they have these little containers of like nuts. They're like, it's $1 and it's like this big. That's a great little snack to keep in your car. It's healthy, it's cheap, it gives you a good source of fats from your nuts, yeah, carbs, protein. You want to try and keep little snacks around you. So as opposed to having like a zebra cake or a piece of chocolate when you want a snack, keep some trail mix, get 10, 15 grams of protein here or there. You snack up 2 to 3 times a day. That's 30 to 45 extra grams of protein thrown into your diet just by snacking smart. It's all about how you organize it here, guys. Then we get down to protein supplements. We've been over this before. While supplements aren't needed, they're only there to boost performance, and you should try and get most in your regular diet. I think the whole world has just accepted that everyone takes protein supplements because it's just easy. If you can just drink 30 to 60 grams of protein in the morning as soon as you wake up, that will take a large amount of stress off your day. You've already gotten probably a quarter of your protein intake for the day, and all you have to do is drink it. Especially drinks, they digest faster, they're easier on your digestive system than food. And then even within drinks, you got some variability. So you got whey protein, which is what most people buy at Walmart. Whey is an isolate of milk. And so, like, yeah. And then we have casein protein. I think that's made from nuts. I know the thing with casein protein is it digests a lot slower than regular protein. So I've heard people talk about taking it overnight. When you're sleeping for 8 hours. That's the kind of deepness we're on. That's the kind of like seriousness. But like, take it overnight and it'll digest through the night. You won't wake up as hungry in the morning, and you may feel a little better. It may help with recovery. And then there's also plant-based proteins. I don't really know much about these. I think they may be a little easier on the digestive system as well, as they're not derived from milk. But hey, you got your options. You got your supplements. Your time is to find out what works for you. And when you can space that protein meal out during the day, maybe you drink your protein shake. I don't know, maybe from after your lunch at 12 until you get off at 5 or 6, you can't eat. Maybe you have a protein shake smack dab in the middle of that timer, those 6 hours or whatever. That way you're not going long without starving and you're still keeping that balance of meal timing throughout your day. Because a drink can be considered food. I mean, what's food? It's just nutrients, right? So a drink can be nutrients, depending on how you have it. So drinks can count as one of your meals. And then we're going to move right on to number 6, which is meal prep. Meal prep, I'm not going to lie, I am not the best at meal prep. I just throw together a bunch of food and then just go pick it out as I need to eat it. But it can make your life really easy to make your protein shake. I've seen videos. I think we've all seen them on YouTube. People make overnight oats. People make eggs. And they meal prep eggs. You can meal prep anything really, but the thing is to say you meal prep a pound of ground beef. You know how much protein is in this pound of ground beef. You want to evenly divide that protein up, that beef up. That way you get even protein intake throughout all your meals. So every day for lunch, I'm having 30 grams of this, 30 grams of beef. beef protein. That way, you know. And now you know between your shake and your beef, you got 90 to 100 grams of protein already planned out for your whole week. That's half your protein intake. You starting to see where I'm going here? Like meal prepping, doing the little things behind the scenes, or even setting up the right architecture behind the scenes can make your life so much easier when it comes to getting in your meals. When it comes to all the hard stuff in the workout, people say it all the time. If you just set up a process, if you set up these outside processes, it makes it much easier for you to just run the track, run the game, do what you got to do, and then bam. The next one is read labels. This is me. I am much better at reading labels than I am at meal preps. Uh, I don't like calorie counting. I will do it if I have to. I will if I'm not gaining weight consistently or if I'm struggling. If I see large fluctuations, I'll pull out the food journal. Always got that. But read your labels. Once you know what's in the label, after a couple times, you got it memorized. I know that 8 ounces of milk is around 12 grams of fat, 8 grams of protein, and I think 8 carbs. I know that. So I know if I drink 1 cup of milk, I already have that. I know if I drink 2 cups of milk, it's 16, so on and so forth. So once you have the labels figured out, it makes your life easy. You can just go pick food without thinking about it and be like, hey, this is 20 grams of protein. I'm good. Or even more importantly, read your label so you know what you're digesting because you'll be surprised. You'll be surprised at what foods have a lot of protein and what foods don't have a lot of protein. Some breads, specific types of bread, like pita bread, has more protein than white bread. So read your labels, see what's around you, and see what you can hit to get to that goal. And then lastly, this is just the nutrition tip for all. Stay hydrated. Proper hydration helps protein metabolism. It helps your body processes. It helps you feel your best. And it helps things run smoothly. If you're not hydrated, things probably aren't working well for you. So, thanks for sitting with me through that. We got through all the information, help you guys, all these tips. We'll get right down to food. I just put a couple of the most popular foods in what is it? In the list. I just use measurements. I know we're not going to all measure our food. You don't have to, but it just makes life easier. And even still, you can use this as a introduction. I gave you the food with the most proteins. Your job is to go out there and find them, put them in your fridge, and then eat them. And then maybe you look on the container and you see. But for now, I picked grams just to standardize everything. If you want to weigh it out, cool. If you don't, don't. But you know what foods have the most protein. So we'll start with milk. Milk is the cheap man's protein. And for 100 grams of milk, it's 3 grams of protein. Then we have eggs. Eggs a dairy product? Greek yogurt, cottage cheese, and cheese. Really simple here. I would say of all these options, yes, cheese does have the most. It is the most processed food though, so try to stick to milk, eggs, yogurt, stuff like that. Stuff that's not so processed. And then we get down to meat. We got chicken, we got beef, shrimp, steak, pork, salmon, turkey, lamb, and bison. So if you look, let's just point out the top options. Turkey's one, salmon's another, lamb, steak, chicken, then beef, then shrimp. So you see these foods with the most protein. When you go to the store next time, you want to be sure, hey, I want to switch it up. I'm gonna grab some chicken. I'm gonna grab some beef. I'm gonna grab some shrimp. I see how much protein is on here. Look at the package. Get a little more specific, and then from there you take this information. Meal prep. Your life's on. Your life's going up and up. Excuse me. When we come to some of the vegetables, it's kind of a hit or miss with vegetables. Protein is not the job of vegetables. Vegetables are for carbs, energy, flavonoids, and stuff you can't get in meat or other foods. So when we start off, some of the most popular ones are Brussels sprouts. No, no, my bad. Pumpkin seeds, pumpkin seeds are actually really good for you. Man, they're a natural source of magnesium. There's something else, but they're really good for you. So if anything, if you see something with pumpkin seeds, always try to eat them. But they're high in protein. Edamame is high in protein. Spinach is high in protein. Lentils are high in protein, and hummus. Other, we're just going off on tangents. I didn't really know how to categorize these. Some of these are like wheat products, some of these are like fish, some of these are like vegetables. Who knows? But when we have other foods that are also high in protein, we got peanut butter. Peanut butter is god tier. God tier in protein, god tier in calories. You can take what is it? 2 tablespoons of peanut butter is like 300 calories. Before I went to bed, like when I was struggling to bulk a couple months ago, I would just take a heaping spoonful of peanut butter and just slather that in my mouth, and I wouldn't even taste it. I'd get some water, swish it up. You put some water in your mouth for protein or peanut butter, it just slips right down. I would honestly take like 900, like if it was like a lot of teaspoons, like up to 900 calories worth of peanut butter before bed. Like I was serious. So if you don't want to bulk, or if you want to bulk and you're having trouble eating, a little bit of protein or peanut. I keep saying protein. A little bit of peanut butter and some water, it'll go right down your throat. The thing with peanut butter is, depending on where you get it, check your labels. Most processed peanut butters are made with palm oil, hydrogenated oils. I'm not a doctor. I am simply a guy with a nutrition certification. So I'm not going to claim that I know better. But like when it comes to some of these substances, I don't necessarily think it's best to be putting them in our bodies. And so I try to avoid them where I can. And so maybe you switch to natural peanut butter that is made without all these preservatives and these oils. And it may be a little better for your digestion. It may be a little better for you. And you may even like the taste. It might go bad sooner. It's the price you pay for healthier, though. Getting back to the list though, peanut butter, tuna, beans, quinoa, and nuts. Nuts are kind of funny because like they're a good source of protein, they're a good source of carbs, they're a good source of fat. And what is it? What do I want to say about nuts? They're just really good. Different types of nuts. They have a ton of different nutrients in them, from cashews to walnuts. I don't actually eat nuts that much. I just eat them in my trail mix, but I do know that they're good for you. I do know, like I was talking to a dietitian, and she recommended that I take some between nuts, beans, and lentils. Those are some of the foods that people are the most nutrient deprived of. And so you look in this list, they're pretty high in protein. Those are some things you can pick up. And then we are finally at the bottom. We are at protein snacks, some of the best snacks to get your protein in. Of course, we have our protein shake. We have beef jerky, which you can get at the store. You can get your own dehydrating machine and make your own jerky, so you could just keep that around and eat that when you get hungry. You got trail mix. Let's go. We got trail mix you can buy from the store, and then I like to make homemade trail mix. You just need the stuff and a jar, and you mix it in. And hey, whatever. You got a homemade trail mix. It's great for that anabolic window after your workout, and it's a good snack as well, and it's healthy. So here's a couple things you can grab. You can grab nuts. You can grab seeds like pumpkin seeds, sunflower seeds. You can grab dried fruit. They come in little packages so they don't go bad. You can grab candy like M&Ms, small pieces of chocolate, and just throw it together in a jar. I'm trying to think. I used to put cereal in my homemade trail mix, but basically, you just want to find little things that are healthy, easy to digest, and packed full of nutrients in a handful. Put them in a jar together, and that's your trail mix. And then we have apples and bananas or peanut butter. So you might be combining fruits with another high protein food on this list, like what is it, quinoa and rice. That's a good way to get some more protein in. So, really, it just comes to being creative. We have the blueprint, we have the foods highest in protein, we have our snacks, we have our others, we have vegetables, meat, dairy. So, these are the foods that are high in protein. We know how much food we need in protein, we know what protein does, and that's all I got for you guys today. We're going to try this one more time, guys. One more time. I'm going to include a link down below for the protein playbook for you guys. I know I usually include a lot of links in the description box for my other tags, my ecosystem. I will only put one link this time for the protein playbook. So again, go down below, get the link for the protein playbook, and thank you guys for watching. Go out there. It's Sunday. It's Sunday where I am. I don't know where you are or when you're watching this, but go out there, meal prep for the week, and use this list to help you be a little better. And thank you guys for watching. If you like this video, like down below.